If your wife cheated on you with a stranger, it would hurt. But what if she cheated with the one person you trusted more than anyone else? Because honestly, that type of betrayal changes you permanently. My name is Daniel. I'm 36 years old, and 2 years ago, I discovered my wife was sleeping with my best friend. The worst part? I was the one helping him rebuild his life, while they were betraying me behind my back. His name was Chris, and for almost 15 years, I trusted him like family. We met in college, went through breakups together, financial struggles, career failures, everything. When his marriage collapsed, I was the first person he called. I helped him move out, spent nights drinking with him while he cried about losing his family. I defended him when people blamed him for the divorce, and the entire time, he was secretly sleeping with my wife. That realization changed something inside me permanently. Before everything fell apart, my life honestly felt stable. Not perfect, but stable. I've been married to my wife Lauren for 8 years. We had routines, movie nights, Sunday breakfasts, inside jokes, the kind of quiet relationship that feels safe. At least that's what I believed. Chris started spending more time around us after his divorce. At first, I thought it was good for him. He seemed depressed, lost, emotionally broken. Lauren supported him too. She listened to him talk about loneliness for hours, encouraged him to start dating again. Honestly, seeing my wife help my best friend made me love her even more. That's what makes betrayal so disturbing sometimes. The people hurting you can still look caring while doing it. At first, there were no obvious signs, nothing dramatic. But slowly, small things started feeling strange. Chris texted Lauren more often. Sometimes they laughed about conversations I wasn't included in. I'd walk into the room and they'd suddenly stop talking. Part of me noticed, but I trusted them too much to take my instincts seriously. That's the dangerous thing about trust. It blinds you emotionally. One night we all went out drinking together. Nothing unusual, just dinner, music, and drinks downtown. At some point during the night, Lauren got unusually drunk. Chris insisted on helping her to the car while I paid the bill. And when I walked outside a few minutes later, something felt off immediately. They were standing too close, talking quietly. The energy between them felt intimate somehow. The moment they noticed me approaching, they stepped apart instantly. That image stayed in my head for weeks afterward. But once again, I convinced myself I was overthinking, because accusing your wife and best friend of betrayal feels insane when you have no proof. A few months later, Lauren started becoming emotionally distant. Not cold, just disconnected. She spent more time on her phone, started sleeping later than usual. Sometimes she smiled at messages privately. And every time I asked if something was wrong, she'd say, "You're imagining things." Eventually, I stopped asking. Partly because I didn't want conflict, but mostly because I was terrified of the answer. Then one weekend, everything collapsed. Chris invited me to his apartment for drinks, while Lauren supposedly visited her sister overnight. Around midnight, Chris passed out drunk on the couch, and honestly, I should have just gone home. But his phone kept vibrating non-stop beside me. At first I ignored it. Then another message appeared on the screen. From my wife. The message said, "I miss you already." My chest tightened instantly. I remember staring at the screen, unable to breathe properly. Part of me still wanted an innocent explanation, but deep down, I already knew. I unlocked his phone using the passcode he'd told me years earlier, and what I found completely destroyed me. Months of messages, photos, hotel reservations, conversations about me, about my marriage, about lying to my face. I sat there reading everything while my hands shook uncontrollably. The worst part wasn't even the cheating itself. It was realizing they laughed together after betraying me. There were messages making jokes about how clueless I was. That part broke me emotionally, because betrayal hurts differently when people disrespect you while deceiving you. I remember driving home around 2 a.m., feeling physically numb. Lauren's car was already parked outside, meaning she never went to her sister's house at all. She was with him. Then came home, pretending everything was normal. I walked inside quietly, and seeing her sleeping peacefully in our bed nearly destroyed me. Because suddenly, the woman beside me felt like a stranger. I woke her up immediately. and the moment she saw Chris's phone in my hand, her face lost all color instantly. That's when I realized something terrifying. People can lie to your face for months while still pretending to love you. I asked her directly, "How long?" At first she denied everything automatically. Then she cried. Then finally, she admitted the affair had been happening for almost a year. A year. Family dinners, vacations, birthdays, all fake, all poisoned by lies. I asked the question that haunted me most. Why him? Her answer shattered me even more. She said, "He understood me emotionally." That sentence made me feel physically sick, because while I was working overtime trying to support our future, my best friend was emotionally replacing me inside my own marriage. Lauren claimed it just happened, but affairs don't just happen. People make thousands of choices before betrayal finally becomes physical. That's the truth nobody wants to admit. Over the next few weeks, my entire life fell apart emotionally. I stopped eating properly, barely slept, started replaying memories obsessively, trying to figure out what was real. Every holiday, every smile, every "I love you." You start questioning your entire reality after betrayal like that. Chris tried apologizing, eventually. That made everything worse, because hearing remorse from someone who betrayed you for a year feels insulting somehow, especially when they only apologize after getting caught. At one point, he actually said, "I never meant to hurt you." Meanwhile, he spent months sleeping with my wife behind my back. People always want forgiveness once consequences arrive. That's the part that disgusted me most. Lauren begged for another chance too. Therapy, counseling, fresh start. But honestly, some betrayals permanently destroy emotional safety. And once trust dies completely, love starts feeling dangerous instead of comforting. We divorced 6 months later. And surprisingly, Lauren and Chris tried dating officially afterward. That relationship lasted less than 4 months. Apparently, once secrecy disappeared, so did the excitement. That gave me zero satisfaction, because by then the damage was already done. The two people I trusted most permanently changed how I view relationships. It's been 2 years now, and I'm doing better emotionally. But betrayal like that leaves permanent scars. You become slower to trust, more observant, more guarded emotionally. Sometimes I still wonder whether I ignored obvious signs because I trusted too blindly, or if trusting the people closest to you should never become a mistake in the first place. Even now, part of me still wonders something. Was Lauren wrong for emotionally and physically cheating with my best friend? Or was Chris even worse, for betraying someone who